Oh, I didn't see you come in there. It's a Sunday. I'm relaxing. I'm recovering. And ironically enough, this is what the topic's going to be today. A little word on recovery. A little anecdotal story for you. Currently at the minute, I'm dating and cutting down to try to see an arrow pointing down to my PP again, which requires less calories. However, with the continuation of training and low calories, you do run the risk of greater injury. So it gave me the sort of inspiration to do a little video on how important recovery is. Why? What's the reason to recover? One must recover to quite simply grow. As you're recovering, sleeping and not training and refueling your body, it's not just to get more energy back, it's also, that's when protein synthesis is heightened, especially when sleeping. Your recovery days allow your body to repair the damaged muscle and you grow back. That's how you get bigger and you lose weight. Now, recovery is extremely vital. And for any of you guys that's been training there for a long time, you probably have your own anecdotal stories. I used to train 7 days a week. Well, not long ago that I did, actually maybe only a few weeks. And for a long period of time I didn't feel burnt out. And then I started to feel that feeling that someone took a massive syringe and sucked all my energy out. And I just couldn't do it anymore. Now, the bad thing about that is your body's not optimizing. It's not recovering and it's not going to grow. And that's exactly where I came into. I ended up, a lot of my body was probably burning muscle at a huge periods of time. So, having that ability to take a full recovery day off, as mentally as hard as it was, that was the first step. 1 or 2 recovery days off, strategically placed, and that's the key. So say for example you're weight training. You want to grow as much as you can, you want to get as big as you can, and you also want to get conditioned as you can as well. You need to place your recovery days in a between days that you know that are really gonna fuck you up. So maybe leg day is a really strenuous day, big muscle grips. You're probably gonna need a recovery day before and maybe after that to optimize your body's potential for recovery. That includes good sleep and good fueling the body of nutrients as well. Maybe after a big back day or a chest day. You probably won't need it as much after arm day, certainly not, or shoulders, but certainly a big grip day that you know that you really feel smashed afterwards. Definitely take a day to recover. Maybe 2. I started defining my training when I was maybe doing 2 hours a day each time. Recovery can also play a role in how you train. If you're someone that likes to do maybe 6-7 sets per each day, that might not be good for you in particular. Training natural and enhanced is very 2 different things. The body does use muscle as a fuel source and you can burn muscle. So therefore, if you do decide to train in copious amounts of sets, you may start to find that your gains become less. And that could be just because your body cannot recover from the damage you give it. I find in my personal training when I started to strip things back, I started to do a bit less, but with greater intensity in a shorter time frame. That's when my progress became so much greater. So that's the second point we get into. Not just taking the days off for recovery, but the recovery of how you plan your workouts. If you're going to decide to try to do hundreds of reps of things, why not just strip it back to a few warm-ups and one main set with good form, good interaction with the muscles. You can feel it all working and really bring the muscle to its breaking point and then get out of there. Once you've broke it down, back into recovery mode. You spike it up, you break it down, back into recovery mode, allowed to grow. And you continue that. And that's how important recovery is. Recovery is so important. You need to have them 3 bases down. You need to be getting enough sleep, at least 7+ hours a night. You need to have your training sculpted in such a way where your body can recover from it. And you need to be giving yourself enough days. That could be 1 to 2. You need to listen to your body. This is a game where we can't tell you. It's very much so that you need to feel it yourself. If you feel that you are starting to zap out, You need a recovery day. And I promise you, when you start that on your program, your plan, you will start to see so much difference. And I've started to take a leaf out of my own book, and the recovery days are great. Spend it with the family. Maybe take up an extra hobby or a skill, because eventually you'll get fat later on in life, so you need something to fall back on and allow yourself to recover. And I promise, a couple of days later, you go back in the gym, you're going to feel strong again. And within a few months, you'll start to see your size taking place. You'll start to see the leanness coming out. It'll be a wonderful time. It'll be an adventure. That's a short video on recovery, how important it is. Please recover. You'll thank me later. But until now, see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, subscribe and comment below, please. And something about programs and businesses.